line if he's already there.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. It's great to be here. I'm a big fan of the work that Virgin is doing, and I think that in today's world where we have actual physical separation, this is the best type of way to gather. So thank you very much. Is it possible to put my presentation up on the screen? Great, thank you very much. So I'm going to start the story in this way. I have 10 minutes, and I want to talk to you about a story. In 1999, Rob McEwen, a former Merrill Lynch executive, bought a struggling gold mine in northern Canada. Not coming from the mining industry, he challenged the team to think out of the box and pushed for them to release their proprietary data. Every mining company's data is their crown jewel. And so this was very unorthodox, but he thought that others could help them identify which sites to drill next. They had 75 years of geological data. They had, it was 400 megabytes, and they were up against the wall because they didn't have a lot of money. And they thought that they could use the power of the community to mine their data. They said that there would be up to $1 million in prize money. And what happened was they got 1,200 virtual prospectors from 50 countries who identified 150 sites, half of which were completely new, 80% were commercially viable, and it led to a total of 8 million ounces of gold mined. That mine still operates today. The valuation rose 100 times in 20 years, leading to a $10 billion acquisition in early 2019. So I think what the story tries to tell you is the value of data is underused, and it's there if we can find ways to tap it. And Kai-Fu Lee, from his book AI Superpowers, has talked about the idea that deep learning means that we're moving from the age of expertise, which was the limiting factor, to the age of data. Right now, it is actually the talent that is the limiting factor. Data is still locked up, but talent is one of talent is the factor that is now becoming more and more available, and data isn't, in the sense that it is locked up. And right now, data is hoarded, its value stays latent, and it's mostly wasted. It's siloed, it's designed to be locked up. I worked actually 20 years in IT, and my whole existence was to lock up data. Very, very few companies are able to leverage the data for advanced research and monetization. Only 3% of all companies think that they have access to excellent data, and data is just going to continue to come at us. And this represents a lost potential for a lot of humanity. And mainly there's a disconnect between consumers and providers. The consumers, the people who can actually use this data, public services, government, yes, businesses, research institutes, they have algorithms, they have ideas, but they don't have access to the quality data. It's not curated, it's not made easy for discovery, and it's the greater barrier to unlocking the AI than talent is now. Whereas the data providers have a lot of data, they want to monetize it, but they fear the loss of control and privacy, and they actually lack incentives to share. There's no liquid market for data, so they don't know what the price and value of their data is. So very, very few companies are able to leverage their data for AI and advanced research. And the ones who can happen to be, unfortunately, the ones who are using this data to help manipulate us and against us. And so for AI specifically, we reached a conclusion, and that was that blockchains can help secure provenance, the history, and the source of the data. And this is really essential for AI researchers because when they release their algorithms, they need to know if the data is good and causing problems in their algorithms. And I think that Europe is at a very good position to be at the juncture of data and AI because of the regulatory environment that tries to put people's rights ahead of business interests. And so the deep insight we had in 2016 was that if blockchain technology could secure provenance of data and the claim of property, like what NFTs are doing now, if blockchain could act as kind of that transport layer for value and data, and if that blockchain could be used to manage the access, then it would be a perfect mechanism to unlock data for AI. And this was a realization for us. We saw that from all our experiences that we could finally try to unlock a new data economy to help power AI forward. And that's what Ocean Protocol is trying to do. We're trying to allow people to access that data, bring down the barriers, so data providers can unlock their data, get revenue, but preserve privacy and share on their terms. For consumers, you can find, discover, and access the data you want. And Ocean Protocol is backed by a global community. We had in our fundraising rounds 10,000 people from 100 countries support us. We have hundreds of global ambassadors across the world, and right now there's about 50 teams that are building on the ocean ecosystem. So in closing, I'd just like to say information is being used to divide us, and it actually just feels wrong. We all viscerally sense that something is wrong, and at the core of this is data. Another Berlin founder, Welf von Huren, tweeted actually today. He said, in the face of exponential technology playing the game of human attention against us, we need technology that's on our team. And data connects us all. We can now work together, build a future where data access is open, participants can benefit while remaining private and self-sovereign. We want to unlock data and level the playing field for people to take back control. And how you can participate is, if you haven't already, get familiar with crypto, buy some Bitcoin, learn how to use a Trezor or MetaMask, and get involved with a community that resonates with your values. And if Ocean is that community, we'd love to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those important insights into the intersection of AI and blockchain. So let's head to our next presentation.